The trouble with repair is that it quite often needs welding.
Yeah. And if you have to outsource the welding, like most people don't, and we talked about this, right? Most people don't send out enough welding to justify the cost of buying a machine in the welding alone.
Exactly. I would say probably 3 years ago, 4 years ago, one of my tool makers says, we really need a laser welder. I'm like, dude, we can't afford it. We only send out about, I don't know, $15,000 worth of welding a year, if that.
And I'll be honest, at $15,000 a year in welding, that's a 10-year ROI based on just the cost of welding.
Yeah, if not more. Yep. So I just dismissed it. Kind of. It was a dream, but we didn't really need it. That's what because we had this guy in Kansas City. We could send it down there. It was the closest laser welder to us was Kansas City.
How far was that from your shop?
It's a day shipping down there. It's 5 hours, but shipping a day down there, shipping a day back. 3-day turnaround for a 15-minute weld job. Summit Weld is who we use. You guys may know them. Excellent welders. And we'd worked with him for years, and he did a really good job. And so there was two things that I didn't. Number one, he was available. It only took 3 days, and he was very good. And I was worried about the skill level that it would take if we bought a laser welder. How was I going to train up a guy? We didn't have enough to really make it work.
And so when you say it was only 3 days, does that mean it was 1 day shipping, 3 days welding, 1 day shipping?
No, it was...
Or 3 days total?
Because it's usually about an hour worth of weld, if that.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes more.
So it's 3 days to do an hour's worth of weld?
Exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
So we started getting a bunch of pressure from our customers saying, you guys got to turn these tools around faster. They come up for a repair... So we bought a truck. We said, okay, we're going to run
The truck is awesome.
Yeah, the truck's awesome. So now we cut about 2 days of the turnaround of a week and a half turnaround on a typical repair. We cut 2 days off by buying a truck. And that was good, but I knew we could do better. And we targeted then the laser welding capability. But I still could not justify how do you pay what did we pay for that? Well, I don't want to. I mean, it's a lot of money.
No, it's fine. It's the one that you bought was a 600 watt laser, right? And it was $159,000.
Yeah, a lot of money. And there's cheaper ones out there, by the way.
There are cheaper ones out there that you get what you pay for.
Exactly.
Y'all know that, right?
And I'll go into why we made that decision, but. So $150,000, $160,000 is a huge expense when you got a guy who can do it. But we're getting that pressure, and so I'm starting to think we really need to pull this in-house. But how can I justify it?
Now, the pressure was because customers were expecting faster turnaround. That's where the pressure was coming from.
Exactly. Yep. We had to turn it around. And so can I justify a $150,000 welder when I'm only using it maybe 15 minutes out of a day? Does that make any sense when you got another guy that can do it? So I started thinking, okay, I'm going to concentrate on this 3-day thing. If I can cut that, if I got a 15-minute or an hour weld job, and instead of taking 3 days, I can do it in 15 minutes or an hour. I can send my truck back to the customer with a completed job sooner. He's going to load another, because the repair work was endless, he's going to load another mold on the truck and bring it back. So in the time when I typically have a repair job about halfway done waiting for the welder to come back, now all of a sudden I got that mold back to the customer on our truck, because we had the welder in-house, and we got another one on the floor. So I looked at the sales amount for our repair, and it was in the neighborhood of about averaged about $15,000 per repair. We would do about 6 per month. So you're talking about sales of. I had it down here. So do that math.
Yeah, I'm not a mathematician.
Really?
I'm not going to do that. That's Colby's job back there. But
There it is.
you know, so most people look at a laser welder as a necessary evil, right? They don't want it because it's not a money making machine. It's something that is used just to repair, to usually internal stuff, right?
Yeah,
And people don't want
exactly.
to encourage their team to make mistakes. But you took it a different direction, and you said, wait a minute. With this machine, I can increase my sales numbers because I can turn repair costs faster.
Exactly. Long story short, I estimated that we could increase our sales for the year by $180,000, and assuming, because repair is always very profitable, right?
Yep. It should be. It should,
It is.
because you need it now.
You can charge them about anything you want because they got to get it done. So I looked at that and I said, I'm going to increase my profit by $50,000 a year, potentially, if I buy that $150,000 machine. That's a no-brainer. That's like, holy crap. Let's do it.